Hello, everyone that is joining. Welcome to our webinar session. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today in this webinar session. We'll start in 1 minute. Okay, so once again, thank you everyone for joining us today in this webinar session. My name is Flávia Batista, and I'll be your host today. In this session, we will explore how Atlassian's Jira Service Management, or JSM, can help you streamline operations, ensure rapid problem resolution, and how automation and AI can also help you eliminate bottlenecks and provide a unified view across all systems. Next one, please. Talking about your speakers today. So as I said previously, my name is Flávia Batista. I have 17 years of experience with IT services. I joined eCore back in 2022, and today I'm the Regional Delivery Manager for Atlassian Services. And I'm proud to be sharing this session with Martin Ferreira, our software consultant. Martin?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm Martin Ferreira, a software consultant who has had the privilege of working at eCore for the past 4 years, specializing in the implementation of IT service management and agile methodologies. My focus has been on leveraging the Atlassian stack of tools. Thank you very much. Back to you, Flavia.
Thank you, Martin. Okay, so at the end of the session, we'll have a Q&A moment. So please feel free to submit your questions here at Zoom at any time during this webinar, and we'll be glad to answer them at the end. Also, at the end of the session, we have a little surprise for you, so stay tuned. Okay, so before we start, for those of you who is joining eCore's webinar for the first time, here's a brief introduction of our company. So eCore is a consulting and technology services partner that combines global experience with leading technologies to help our customers drive business growth and transformation. We have offices in Brazil, Mexico, and US, which means that when you work with us, you are able to have cost savings from 40 to 55% with the benefits of working in US time zones, which allows real-time collaboration. So next one, please. Okay, so let's start our session here. So starting with this sentence, the world is changing. We hear this session all the time, everywhere. People are saying this all the time, and we are living this for sure. So we see this in our workspace. We see this in our personal space. We see that in social media. Everybody's talking about the fact that the world is changing. And it is, for sure. Nobody questions that. However, the world is rapidly changing. And that the understanding of this simple word, with that understanding, we know that our IT services and process need to follow the same trend so we can keep up the pace and also focus on what is important to the business. So it's very important for us to keep that in mind, that not only everything is changing and our process and our services are changing as well, but we also need to understand that it's rapidly changing. We know that 5 years ago, things in IT industry were very different than what we have today. So we need to make sure that we don't waste time with a process that can be automated or that we can bring more efficiency to our services. So next one, please, Martin. And to provide some examples of that sentence that we mentioned, that the world is rapidly changing. In a recent research by the Forest Institute, we can see that 78% of the organizations are accelerating efforts to transform their business digitally. Okay, so 78 are accelerating efforts. Out of that, 74% of their internal process need to become more agile to adapt to those changes. And out of that, 71% will need to quickly introduce new products and services to maintain their market positions. So a very interesting point in this research and this text here is the usage of words. Once again, we mentioned a single word on the last slide and here as well. Please notice the highlighted words we have here: accelerating, agile, and quickly. We clearly see the importance of having tools that will help drive efficiency in a timely manner with a quicker turn of investment. Companies need to streamline their operations and improve the quality of their IT service management to be able to put the focus on what's really important to the business and not waste time on tasks that can be more efficient. So, okay, I just said that we have to improve the quality of IT service management. So talking about that, I know that probably most of you here in this session is already super familiar with the ITSM concept. However, let's recap the main dimensions just so we all can be on the same page. Next one, please. Okay, so these are the main dimensions of ITSM. Although there are many more, we know that these are the main ones. So here we have that, we see that incident and service requests are listed here, and they are the most common. They are very tied to the service desk routine that we have on a daily basis, which consists in treating issues from different severities and requests from users. Problem management, that is another pillar here, will address the investigation of the root cause of those issues with the support of a good knowledge base that will capture and consolidate in a repository the best practice and procedures. Change management will address any type of modification required on a system following a predefined approval chain. And last but not least, IT asset management, which is the process of maintaining and managing hardware, software licenses, so any IT devices. Okay, so we have recapped the concepts that I know most of you are already very familiar with, but just so we can be everyone on the same page. So next one, please. Okay, so now that we have recapped the concepts and we also see the importance of having more efficiency on our daily basis, let's take a moment to see the main challenges the companies are facing related to IT service management. Okay, so we have here the pain points and also the challenges that they face. So what are the main pain points? There are many pain points, but what are the main ones? So first one, service management tools and process take a long time to be deployed. So a company is installing a tool to make sure that everything is more efficiency, but the single fact of installing the tool takes a long time. So that is one of the pain points the company faces today. The other one is the lack of integration between IT and dev team, causing some impact on service experience. So when that is separated and we have no connection between the process of IT teams and dev teams, we know how that not only impacts the experience internally in a company, but also externally to any providers or clients. Also, another pain point we have is the high cost for ITSM tools and underused features. We know that sometimes, of course, with the intent of improving the service management, companies can acquire different features or products that promise to resolve the issues. However, after a while, they realize that the issue is still present, is still there, and that a huge amount of money is being spent on licenses that are not even in use. So companies are not leveraging what they have, and they are buying features that maybe they don't need. And what are the challenges the main challenges that they face? First one is how to use integration, automation, and AI to increase operation efficiency. We know that integration and automation, we've been talking about that for a long time in IT business. We know the importance of that. And now AI is on the top of the list of the interest of companies to implement on their systems. So that is a challenge they have. They want to use AI, they know the power of AI, but they don't know how they can do that. The other challenge they have is how to adopt an agile service management model to keep up with the pace of digital growth. So On the past 5 years, we see how much the IT business has changed from what we knew before. So, for example, on the past 3 years, we see an increase of remote work that was not common for IT business. And that is expected to grow more by 30% in 6 years. So that is a challenge that companies have, that everything is changing really quickly and they need to adapt everything to keep up with this pace. So how can companies have operation efficiency and a quick return of investments by implementing a service management tool? So next slide, please. That's when we start talking about Jira Service Management. So for those of you who are not familiar with JSM, JSM is a tool leader in enterprise service management that can increase your return of investments by up to 246% and also improve process efficiency by up to 61%. JSM is also based on the latest evolution of i2, which is i2 v4. It is built based on the core guidance of previous versions, so they learn everything from the previous version to provide a comprehensive, practical, and proven guidance. And along with the traditional dimensions of service management that we've mentioned on the ITSM slide, it also supports the usage of automation, AI, and cloud features. So JSM is able to integrate everything that we've been mentioning so far in this single platform that has many features that can help achieve business efficiency. Next slide, please, Martin. Okay, so when we talk about service management, we need to see that it involves many services from different areas of a company, and not only IT, because we can think that when we talk about service management, we are only talking about things that involve directly an IT technology or department. However, any department of a company can have a service that will be integrated with our IT process. So, for example, we have a legal team that has some contract review that they need to do. We have the challenges that company faced, for example, when people were working from home during the COVID pandemic, and everybody was working from home and they didn't have a process to follow up on that. The workflow that needs to be followed for any legal review, the budget management for finance department, emergency registrations, anything. All of that are very important services within an organization. And Jira Service Management acts as a hub for all of these fronts. It consolidates process workflows and also provides visibility across all company. So that's a very important point as well, the visibility, because we know that a very important point for business is the visibility of what is happening within the organization integrated. So we cannot have departments acting with process and ways to manage the servers separately, because when we need to provide visibility of that, it's impossible. So we need to integrate all these workflows, all these ways of work, process, and services, so we can have a unified process within the company. Next one, please. Okay, so as we talked previously, one of the main challenges faced by organizations is how to integrate the process and services of these three main IT areas. So we have development, IT, and business. We know that these three need to talk between each other so we can have a full efficiency in our IT services. Next one, please. The integration of this is the core of a good service management process. And that's one of the improvements Jira Service Management can provide in order to connect these teams on a single platform, to increase collaboration across changes, incidents, and requests, and also manage the risks during this process, as we can see an example here in this video. Next one, please. And also ensuring that all areas are integrated and using a good service management process. In this example here on the video, we see a portal of HR using JSM, and it can be used by legal, facilities, business, and any other area within the company. They can have a portal within JSM. Next one, please. And with that, as eCore is always seeking for improvements to be achieved on quality, velocity, and cost through many different improvements areas like standardization, decision-making, CSAT, we have deployed here at eCore a series of what we call accelerators. There are technical and processes improvements that will help organizations achieve their IT services goal quicker, reducing the time to implement and combining the latest technologies in the market. These accelerators that we have developed here at eCore can include native automation functions from the tool, external automation, AI, and the sky is the limit. And this is what we will focus on from now on in this session, by showing you some success cases we have from our clients that were benefited from leveraging JSM in their business using eCore's accelerators. So Martin, I give you the word now.
Thank you, Flavia. Now we are going to show a couple of our accelerators which were considered a success by our clients. The first one we're going to share with you today is the integration between Jira Service Management and AWS. Expanding on Flavia's earliest points, she emphasized how Jira Service Management effectively addresses the requirements of diverse teams. This principle was pivotal in our accelerator initiative, where our primary goal was to facilitate collaboration between the IT operations team and the DevOps team. The emphasis was on smoothing interactions and integrating workflows for enhanced efficiency. In this slide, we have the video of the integration working with a third-party add-on that provided the features we needed to make this happen. The idea here was to make available opening tickets requesting an AWS instance. In this example, the video shows the customer opening a ticket requesting an S3 bucket, where he provides all the information needed, and the integration works by automatically creating the bucket in the AWS, as we can see in the video right now. This scenario resolved one of the greatest points of our client because the IT team needed to keep control of how many resources are being requested and in use, but at the same time, the DevOps team needs velocity and flexibility when requesting more resources, and this flow solves both of those problems. It is important to keep in mind that although the integration was between Jira Service Management and AWS, it could easily be with another cloud provider. JSM provides an infinite number of possibilities when automating the process. Now, moving on, let's now explore another subject, the powerful synergy of Jira Service Management and assets. In the realm of IT management, assets are the backbone of operation efficiency. This could be anything from hardware components to software license. With JSM's native assets feature, your IT team gains a robust solution for managing and tracking these crucial elements seamlessly. We'll delve into how the native assets feature within Jira Service Management empowers your IT team. It's not just about tracking assets, it's about a fully integrated experience where assets seamlessly connect with IT tickets, creating a streamlined and efficient workflow. Let's uncover how this integration elevates your IT management capabilities. The screenshots displayed on this slide are a testament to how this integration simplifies the identification of new and ongoing incidents, as you can see on the top left of the screen. By tracking both internal and external services, in this case, we are tracking the payment services, the agents can have a swift means to tie tickets directly with assets. This offers a lot of benefits, including the ability to promptly identify impacted services within the ticket details. Moreover, this feature, when utilized effectively, serves as a preventative measure. It ensures that new changes or functionalities aren't deployed into services currently experiencing an ongoing incident. This capability, derived from our accelerator initiative, demonstrates how integrating assets with JSM enhances our incident management process, and fortifies our overall IT operation resilience. And since we are talking about our accelerators, which are modern solutions, we can leave AI out of it. As IT management continues its dynamic evolution, the call for AI solutions and automation is louder than ever. But before we jump into the exciting success story, let's take a quick look around. AI adoption is reshaping industries. And to set the stage, let's explore some key market numbers. These figures gives us a snapshot of the far-reaching impact of AI across different sectors. Here we have some nice data to help us understand the scenario. You can see that only 38% of the support leaders have already invested in AI technologies such as GPT, and that 2/3 of them intend or plan to invest in AI by 2024, which means that who decide not to do that will be left behind in the market. Of the support leaders already using AI in their operations, 60% saw faster responses, 45% more consistent responses, 42% savings in the team training, and 66% improved SLAs and KPIs. Besides all of that, 71% of the support leaders that are using AI that are already using AI saw a positive impact on their customer experience. Now we are going to see another successful case where we will show how valuable AI can be when integrated with Jira Service Management. Here we have the instant triage with LLM. LLM stands for Large Language Model. And for this case, we have harnessed the transformative potential of the GPT model to improve how we manage support tickets in JSM. We aimed here for several benefits, as you can see here on the bottom of the slide. But our main goal was to reduce assignment time by 20% while improving our customer services. So we were looking for a win-win situation where both agents and customers would benefit. And in this slide here, we have a nice video showing the future working.
The integration of GPT-4 with Jira offers notable benefits, streamlining collaboration and efficiency. By providing instant assistance in task creation, requirement clarification, and intelligent prioritization, the GPT technology enhances interaction quality, accelerates workflow, and boosts team productivity. The integration of Jira Service Management with GPT-4 provides effective and automated ticket triage, accurately categorizing them. Additionally, GPT-4 analyzes customer description sentiments, offering valuable insights into their emotional state when reporting an issue, enabling a more empathetic and personalized approach to support.
So it is pretty clear the value that this accelerator can bring to your organization. By automating the triage process, a lot of time can be saved. Because we know it is very common to have engineers working in your support team, and you know they are not a cheap resource to maintain. Keep that in mind. By reducing the assignment time, agents can spend their time working on more important things. So our thought process here should be to understand the business problem and then think of how AI can solve it. Let me go to the next one. Here, yeah, I'm back. And we talked a lot about our accelerators, but we'd also like to talk about the tools innovation and how they're bringing innovations and which innovations they're bringing. eCore itself has been investing in AI with a new tool called Orbit AI, a game changer prime to enhance your digital operations, application development, and platform modernization. We're going to send you the link via chat if you want to know more about that. But since we are talking about Jira Service Management, let's take a look at a tool developed by Atlassian called Atlassian Intelligence. This was one of the main news that was announced by Atlassian early last year on Teams 23. Atlassian Intelligence is a suite of tools that was released by Atlassian, integrated artificial intelligence into its software solutions. The primary objectives are enhancing productivity, automating manual tasks, generating insights related to the teams of departments, and also projects. Atlassian Intelligence is currently in open beta, with some of its features available for use in instances of their products like Jira Software, Jira Service Management, and Confluence. As you can see, these features can generate natural language text using GPT technology and also leverage learning to transcribe content, access historical databases, or even create responses, much like your Jira Service Management agents would. And this tool not only increases the efficiency of your process, but also helps gather important insights from your data. And as you start continue using, this feature will become more adept and it is going to understand better your organization's specific needs. And now let's see how AI can enhance and improve this experience in Jira Service Management for different actors and roles across the organization. We have three main actors here: IT agents, end users, and IT managers. Let's start talking about which benefits the AI can bring to the agents. Using AI in knowledge management empowers IT agents to deliver superior customer support. In Jira Service Management, AI-driven knowledge management ensures efficient ticket handling, providing insights and solutions for faster issue resolution. Prioritization and categorization, as illustrated in our recent example, refining ticket prioritization and categorization through AI streamlines operations, resulting in substantial time savings for both agents and customers. Sentiment analysis, AI becomes a valuable tool in understanding the customer's emotions related to their requests. This enables us to identify feelings such as frustration or urgency, allowing for a more empathetic and timely response to enhance the overall support experience. First call resolution, implementing a reliable solution like a chatbot in the customer portal ensures swift ticket resolution. This not only saves significant time for both customers and agents, but also provides a seamless experience similar to interacting with a service desk agent. For end users, enhancing the support experience extends beyond chatbots. Integrated chat ops with fast communication tools like Slack, Teams, or Rocket Chat opens avenues for automation. Managed ticket creation automated through a bot, monitoring customer messages, and AI-driven agents providing automating responses. Request classification is crucial, especially when customers may not be familiar with service requests or instance or change management. By implementing an AI-driven solution, we alleviate the customer confusion, making the request submission process more intuitive and preventing potential roadblocks that might discourage users from seeking support. Auto-approval is another efficiency booster. By categorizing requests and gathering necessary information, we pave the way for streamline auto-approval throughout the workflow. For IT management, we have workflow optimization, which is a key driver for savings, ensuring seamless operations and efficiency across the board. By fine-tuning processes, we enhance productivity and bring about cost-effective outcomes. Also, AI plays a crucial role in providing visibility and predictability. It not only helps understand current and future events, but also facilitates root cause analysis, uncovering motives and preventing new incidents. Often valuable information goes undocumented, but with AI, we can effectively track and retain a comprehensive record of ongoing activities. For last, support agile, optimizing team integration is key. Identify and swift routing tickets to development teams ensures an efficient workflow, fostering seamless collaboration for an enhanced agile experience. And we also have some general benefits with AI, such as faster resolution, agent productivity, customer satisfaction, and productivity. Hope you guys enjoyed Hearing about the accelerators and Atlas Intelligence, we presented a few of the many solutions that we have that help our customers gain efficiency and productivity in their organizations. Now I will hand over back to you, Flavia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin. Okay, so as Martin mentioned, we have presented here some of the accelerators that we have on our company today to help streamline your operations using JSM. So now that you've seen some of the cases, we've presented one for AI, one for asset management, other for DevOps. So now that you see that, one thing is that you might be asking, how do you know if your system can have that? You have an IT service management system, and you don't know if that is already ready to receive those innovations that we have, the accelerators, to improve the quality of the services. So how do you know if your system is ready or not to receive all of those innovations that are available? So that's what we call assessment. So what is the assessment? The execution of the assessment is a very important piece of this practice. So in order to know if your system is ready, we need to evaluate everything that is being done on your system from end to end. And when we say end to end, it's not only technology. We are not talking only about tools. We are also talking about process. We are also talking about integration. So that is the main point before we start any implementation. We need to know that. So what does an ITSM assessment stand for when we talk about implementing the improvements we have here at eCore? So this assessment, we can have a holistic view of all the capabilities from your IT services, also aligned with business services and user expectations. And also in the assessment, we can identify any risk or any operational failure that you might have, and also increase not only the user satisfaction within your company, but also vendors and anyone that has a relationship with your business. So one thing, next one, please, Martin. This is how we do the assessment for eCore today. So by analyzing the maturity of our the ITSM process, the organization can establish realistic goals for continuous improvement and implement necessary changes to drive efficiency. One thing is that we've mentioned on the beginning some of the main components of ITIL practices, but we know that ITIL 4 can offer up to 34 practice for IT service management. So not only those that we mentioned that are the main ones, but we have 34 provided by ITIL. So when we conduct the ITSM assessment, we utilize all of those 34 practice to ensure that we are assessing the maturity level of your environment. And what is the maturity level? Is to know where your IT process is located within a matrix that we have put together. So when we start reviewing everything, how is the process? What do we review and what do we expect from the companies when we are doing this assessment? So we start reviewing the alignment and governance practice. So to ensure that all the service management strategy is aligned with the business objectives. So we understand that a company, they have this main objective, the main goal that they want to achieve in 3, 5, 10 years, but we need to make sure that the process are aligned to that. We need to combine the biggest strategies of a company to the single process we have in an area. So that's one thing that what we do on our assessment. Additionally, we examine the change management and configuration management practice to verify if the process are being properly followed. Because this is a very important piece. We put together the process, but how do we continue to follow up if that is being implemented and the impact of that? And also, very important, the practice related to the customer relationship management and also financial management of the services. This is to evaluate the customer satisfaction levels and the financial efficiency of the IT services. One other important practice to consider as well is to include the vendor management, because we know the companies, they have vendors that they need to have relationships with, and also to document how they engage and what is the process, because vendors can have different process as well. So this piece of the assessment is very important to also assess the performance of external vendors and the risk management for the vendors as well. So by using this 34 ITIL practice during the assessment, it is possible to gain a holistic view of the organization's IT service management. We also identify which areas needs improvements, and also establish an action plan to enhance efficiency, quality, and the value that we deliver to the customers as well. And so this slide here, what we are showing is how here at eCore, we have developed this process to help customers understand where they are in the ITSM transformation journey. So the process that when we are doing an assessment, it consists in 3 main phases. So the first one is when we collect the information with our clients and with the main stakeholders to understand the process, the team, the structures, and the ways of working. So this phase that can take up to 1 week is when we do the interviews. We call that interviews, that we talk to everyone that is key pieces of the business, of the IT process, and we talk to them to understand the scenario. Once we understand that, the second phase here is the definition. So where we are at. So we collect everything that was provided to us during the interviews, and then we analyze that and start a deep analysis with our expert here at eCore to understand the level of the maturity of the service management process. And once we understand that and we see where a client is at, we start to map the actions the client needs to take to drive the business to the other level. So that understanding and that creation of activities is what we call the backlog creation. And then the last phase is, and the third phase is the showcase, where we go back to the client and we present the results of our analysis. So along with the results of the maturity level analysis, we also provide with the backlog of what we have identified that they would need to do to take their IT services to the next level. So 3 main phases. We interview the main stakeholders, we define the maturity level and create the backlog, and then we present it back to the client saying, okay, this is what you need to do. And then that's when the decision comes of we will move forward or not. So why are we saying all of that? Because the accelerators that we have showed about AI and assets and DevOps and the many other accelerators that we have here at eCore, they depend on this analysis. So we know that your environment is ready to receive those innovations. So next one, please. And the next slide, I'm going to show you an example of a real maturity analysis we did for a client. Although it looks like a butterfly, there's nothing related to butterflies here, okay? But anyway, this is how here we can see how this client was in the beginning. That is the blue line. So here you can see all the main dimensions of ITSM and the level that the client is in each of these dimensions. So here in the blue line, you can see how the client was when we did the assessment and we presented back the results to them. 6 months later, we can see the red line, the evolution of the process and the services of the client. And on the yellow line, it was a year later of how their services were on the maturity level analysis. So we can see the evolution of this client, a real example, by following up, not only identifying, but also implementing and following up everything from their services perspective end to end. And the goal of this analysis is to achieve improvements in 5 main pillars that we see here. So we have quality, we have velocity, we have costs, culture, and process. Once all of that is analyzed, you are able to know exactly what are the next steps you need to leverage JSM accelerators features within your environment. And also you are able to know if you have features on your environment that you don't need to have, that you're just spending money on that without needing to pay for that. So that's what we intend on presenting back to our clients with the assessment, so we can leverage the innovations of the environment. Next one, please. So I mentioned on the beginning of this webinar that we would have a little surprise for you. So with that, we would like to offer everyone that is here watching this webinar with us, a free ITSM assessment with us here at eCore. That way, you'll be able to start your ITSM transformation journey. And so all you have to do is point your camera here to this QR code for more details on how you can get your free assessment. So let's take a moment for you to access that. But that's one thing that it is a transformative action to your business, to have the assessment. And here at eCore, we want to help you give this first step by having this free ITSM assessment with our team of specialists. So hopefully everyone was able to get the QR code. Okay, next one, please. And now let's talk and answer any questions that you might have about the information we provided on the session. Also here, you have my contact and Martin's contact, and also our marketing team's contact if you need any further information. We already have some questions here. I'll start with them, and please feel free to submit any questions you have here on Zoom during this live Q&A, okay? So let me check here, just 1 second. Okay, first question is, I have been using JSM for 2 years now. It is already operational in my team. Is it possible to implement these use cases in a production JSM? Yes, it is possible. I can take this one. It is possible to implement. All of our accelerators can be implemented at any time. So if you have JSM running production for many years, that's okay. Any of the accelerators or artificial intelligence innovations that we showed here can be implemented at any time. However, we do have a prereq for that. Your JSM needs to be either on data center or cloud environment, because we know that server instances are out of support starting here in February 2024. So answering, yes, it is possible to do that at any time in a production system. Thank you for your question. Okay, the next one here. We already have JSM running in our company using automations, and we are interested in leveraging the AI use cases. What are the prereqs for that? Martin, can you take this?
I can take that one. Thank you, Flavia. So the Atlassian Intelligence solution is available for cloud instance. So as long as you have a Confluence, Jira Software, or Jira Service Management cloud instance, the only other thing that you will need to have is a GPT-4 license. So having those two things, we can build that solution for you.
Great. And yeah, it is important to mention that GPT-4 license does not come with JSM. So these accelerators that we show that depends on GPT-4, the license needs to be acquired separately from JSM. Thanks, Martin. The other question, 1 second. Okay. In a maturity analysis, what is the effort required from a client's team during the process? Okay, this is a great question. So this is one thing that our clients ask us a lot when we initiate an ITSM assessment is what is the effort my team is going to put on that? How many time of my team do I have to allocate? So that's a great question, because we receive that every day from our clients. So in our assessment process, as we mentioned, we have 3 main phases. The first one is the interview. So that is when we need to have people from the client's involvement, so the stakeholders. So that's the piece that we need to have their involvement. And the interviews that we have with them, they can take usually 1 to 2 hours each session. So each stakeholder, so if you have a stakeholder from IT, other from legal, other for process management, each of those, we will need to interview them, and it can take up to 1 to 2 hours each session with them. So each person will take that on the first week. And also at the end, as we mentioned, we have the showcase where we provide the results of our analysis. And that showcase session is probably around 1 hour. So that is another effort that is required as well. Other than that, all the work is done by our team here at eCore, all the analysis. Okay, another question. Can you give more examples of accelerators that eCore has implemented? Yes, we can provide more examples. We have up to 40 accelerators. We presented here just a piece of that. Martin, I don't know if you want to chime in on the accelerators we have.
Yeah. One that I found one of the coolest ones is the customer service copilot, which is also an AI-driven solution that provides a chatbot in your customer portal. The technology uses the GPT model to grab the data from the web or specific data sources, which makes the responses for the customers much reliable for. So it is one of my that I most like. Yeah.
Thank you, Marty. And we have others as well. So as we mentioned on the beginning about the dimensions of ITSM, so we have built accelerators for the main pillars of ITSM. So we have accelerators for ITSM automation library. We have accelerators for problem management. For example, we know that one thing that is related to problem and incident is, for example, the correlation of situations. We have many incidents being generated and the root cause of that. So we have accelerators that are able to configure workflows, automation, custom fields, anything based on past behavior. So if we have a problem or an incident that is happening for many times, not only we have accelerators that help drive the root cause analysis quicker, we also have accelerators that are able to fill the information of those records quicker based on past behaviors. We also have accelerators for service request management. So whenever a user requires to open a request to make any type of modifications or requirements within a company, like, okay, please, I need to configure this new workflow or configure this new automation. I need to change this custom field. We have accelerators that ensures that these service requests are handled quickly. Because sometimes users, they have a situation that are not so critical to be an incident, but it is a very important service request. So we have accelerators that helps streamline this workflow so the request can be answered quicker to the user. And also we have accelerators for service log, service catalog recommendations. So you have an incident and we can do this integration with our service catalog to provide a good view of what to do in that situation. So these are some examples, but we have a very extensive library of Sorry, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm back as well. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
so we have another question here. So are there any integration to migrate data out of our current ITSM solution to JSM? Martin, can you get this one?
Yeah, I can get. So yes, we have a lot of options. Of course, it's going to depend on which tool your current ITSM solution is. But if you search in the Atlassian Marketplace, you see that we have like a huge number of add-ons that provide that kind of automated path to migrate your data. So here at Ecor, we have clients that migrated data from ServiceNow to JSM, Salesforce, Trello, Azure DevOps, Jira Software. So we have a lot of flexibility. If it is an in-house tool developed by your organization, it is possible as well. We have solutions to migrate data by exporting the data in your currency system to a CSV file or to a JSON file, and that type of data can also be imported in JSM. Of course, it is recommended to get a partner, Atlassian partner, to help you build the solution in JSM to get ready to receive the data, but it is possible to automate that.
Okay, thank you, Martin. So these were the questions we had here. I don't know if you have any other questions. So next one, please, Martin. And team, I apologize for the connection problems we had here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any other questions here, I guess.
Yeah, these were the 5 questions. Okay,
Yeah.
So next slide, please, Martin. Okay, so what's next for JSM? We want to invite you all to a webinar that Atlassian is going to provide to us on February 8th. So this webinar will provide us with the latest updates on Jira Service Management for 2024. So we know that a lot of things change from one year to another. So Atlassian will host this webinar on February 8th to provide everyone with the latest updates. So I invite you to scan this QR code. Also, the links are being sent here on our chat, so you can subscribe to the latest update of JSM with the Atlassian webinar. Okay, next one, please. So I would like to thank everyone for joining us. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to me, Martin, or anyone in our Ecor team. Hopefully this session, you were able to have a glimpse of what we have here in Ecor as accelerators for JSM. And hopefully I'll see you the next time in our next webinars. Thank you all very much.
It's been a pleasure, everyone. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.